One of those people to see is a person called Lana Purcell, who's just wandered on up to say hello. Hello, Lana.
Hello, how are you?
Doing very well, thank you. Your microphone just needs to come up a little bit. There we go. That's all right. We'd like to be able to hear what you're saying.
I'm not a professional like you.
Well, no, we're clearly not. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to hear a little theme coming down the line in a moment. Grant, have you got that one going? There it is. Look at that. Magic,
volunteer halls, you can hear that spirit in the weekend calls. Doesn't take gold, just a soul that cares. They're doing good stuff everywhere.
That's a piece of music called Doing Good Stuff by Artificial Intelligence. Now, Lana, you're here and you've got doing good stuff. You must be doing good stuff.
I think I am, yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's all we have time for. No. So tell us about the organisation you represent.
Yeah, so I'm the co-founder and CEO of Feed Me, Bellarine, Geelong and Surf Coast, and we are a food rescue and food relief organisation based in this region. So.
I've got a funny feeling that just the way my brain works, food rescue, it sounds like it's trapped in a cage somewhere and you're running in to get it. It literally
is in a cage at the back of the supermarket. So it's rejected food, it's damaged food, it's food close to expiry or just oversupply that they need to get rid of. And so we have hundreds of volunteers. I'm really happy to be talking about this here in National Volunteer Week. We have 500 volunteers across the region that go to these supermarkets, rescue that food, and then repurpose it so that we can feed the community.
Lana, it's Darby Travers here joining you on the Two Blokes Chatting radio show panel. I'd be interested to know, how long has this been running for in the local area?
Yeah, so we established it in 2019, right before COVID. And what was interesting is that we found that there was a need already existing for the community to have an organisation that had a little bit less red tape to access food, because there's lots of ways that people can find themselves in trouble and they're not always fitting the criteria for other places. So 2019 and then 2020, obviously everyone turned into, stuck at home and trapped or sick. And so we really kind of jumped out of the box and took over during COVID. So it's been close to 7 years now.
So apart from being obviously entirely crazy to set up something like this, because
yes,
it probably consumes your life entirely.
Yeah.
If people said, look, I don't know really where to start, what sort of volunteer activity can people come and help you with?
Yeah, so we have 3 different locations, now 4 across the region. So
hang on, now there's 5.
4,
7, there's 12.
There'll be 20 soon. We have 3 warehouses, one in St Albans Park, one in Ocean Grove and one in Torquay. And they're warehouses that house this food and make it available to people through a market process. So people can come and shop by donation only at these markets, but it's also where we run our food relief program. So we've got people volunteering to pick up food from supermarkets and bakeries. We have volunteers delivering food to people's houses. So that's the key aspect of Feed Me, is that we're delivering to people's houses and knocking on doors and having conversations. And then we have a new property in partnership with the Give Where You Live Foundation, which is a farm in Leopold. So anyone with a green thumb could probably help us grow some food so that we can really do that from the ground to the families kind of service in this region. So lots of ways to volunteer. You can pack bags, you can sort food, you can make coffees. There's hundreds of positions available.
You mentioned volunteering, and I think that's one of the great things about Geelong. There's so many different community groups like us here at 94.7 The Pulse, and groups like yourself. Why do you think volunteering is such an integral part of the local community?
It gives people purpose, and especially in the age groups that people volunteer in, they have finished their work careers. And so they've lost a lot of that social contact and communication with people outside of their immediate circle. So there's unfortunately not just an epidemic of food insecurity, but there's an epidemic of loneliness in the community. And so we're really lucky in Geelong to have so many places where people can find long-term friendships and social circles that they didn't have. So that's the most important thing.
That's a really important part of the volunteering thing, isn't it?
It's 100%.
Watch me do a shameless plug.
Yeah.
I do a podcast called The A to Z of regional footy clubs.
Yeah.
And we clearly, as the name suggests, I'm talking to regional footy clubs. And particularly in places that are smaller, you move into town and you've got nowhere to go. You don't know what to do. And going and volunteering with an organisation like that, yes, you are doing good stuff, to coin the name of this particular segment, but you're only doing good stuff for the people who are receiving the services, but also doing good stuff for yourself and for others, because you've got not a family, that's but you know what I mean? There's a group of people you can interact with and engage with.
Yeah, and it is life-changing for some people, because they're getting very used to not having that extended family around them, because people move away. So they don't all know their neighbours, they don't all have family checking on them. So when they find a place that they feel that they belong, it extends their lives.
Yeah. Where I live, full disclosure, I live in Melbourne now. I've moved up there in recent times, but I can stand on my back balcony and I can probably see about 100 people where they live, right? Because there's apartment blocks and all that sort of stuff. I can name one person's name.
Yeah.
Right? Now,
which is sad.
It is sad, but I guess that's life, isn't it?
Is life,
but an opportunity to be involved in an organisation like that is doing good stuff.
Yeah.
You're spending time with people who are of a like mindset, presumably.
Yeah. And it's such a broad range. We're a very multi-generational organisation. So we've got, from 18-year-olds that are wanting to put some time in, to our oldest volunteer who's 92, who's doing, 15 hours of actual hard labour, a week. So, and everyone in between.
And for people like that, and, my parents had got to that sort of age group and were by that stage unwell, but for those sort of people, they stop doing it, and that can often be the end of their life, can't it? They lose purpose, and what's the point anymore sort of stuff, and they go downhill really quickly. Yeah,
and we're just finding that there's just a beautiful relationship with people, because at those age groups, they are going through some traumas with, partners passing, or they're being diagnosed with something, and so there's a whole nother circle of people that are wrapping around them in their volunteering, role.
You sure do sound like a very oriented community person. How long have you been volunteering for and doing work in the local community from your personal experience?
So the charity was born off my business, which was in catering. So I used to cater the Blues Train for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So we started off with just using the Blues Train food and repackaging it into meals and delivering it to people. So the volunteering, or the not-for-profit world for me, was just organic. It just happened. And then when we lost all the business in COVID, we focused solely on the charity work. So I fell into it. And I stayed.
Yeah. And that's the problem with volunteering, isn't it? I remember filling in on New Year's Eve in 2007 on my daughter's radio program, and here we are. I still haven't been able to rip these headphones off my head, but it gets you in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I think, the stuff I do during the week, this nice man comes along once a week and puts some money in my bank account. And that's important because, clearly you've got to eat. But from a point of view of having something meaningful where you go away and, it sounds a bit cliche, but the payment is the joy that you bring to other people. Yeah. It's just a really great thing to do, whether it's sitting here talking on the radio or feeding people, whatever it is. If you're volunteering, it's a really important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very important, and we can see just how much it means to the people that are coming every day and doing this work, because it's not always easy.
And we're here today at the Geelong City Market. Have you attended this market before? It's a great community event. The locals come down and check out the local market stalls. What are your thoughts on the market here at Little Mallup Street?
Yes, I absolutely have attended it. And I do actually work with Simon Toohey every week. And
that's a special kind of punishment, isn't it?
I know, he is a special man, isn't he? If you can catch him,
that's right, yeah. He promised us at 9:10 2 hot chocolates. Do you reckon we've seen them?
No.
Correct.
I'll go get them for you.
No, it's okay. No, it's all under control. I've now got a masala dosa on its way.
But yeah, Simon reached out to me in regards to creating a little avenue to work with Feed Me at the Geelong City Market. So Laura, who's running the fruit and veg stand here, Simon comes out every week to feed me, and I give him whatever I've got kind of extra that we can then put through the market at a reduced cost to really help people that are here. There's lots of students and people that are struggling in Geelong. So there's an avenue in Geelong Market to connect with Feed Me through Laura and her fruit and veg.
And it's an important part of the role, because one of the things that a lot of people push back on for farmers markets in inverted commas or these sort of arrangements is it's often very expensive because there's smaller scale organisations, therefore they've got to charge a bit more.
Yeah.
And to have an opportunity for, as you say, we've got Deakin students coming out of our ears in this part of the world.
Yeah.
To have somewhere where they can come to this environment and feel that they can buy stuff as well is really good.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to pay $8.50 for a pack of blueberries? Like, it's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous.
I paid $7.50 for a packet.
Do you remember when a lettuce was $11?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But I bought some raspberries during the week at a rather large supermarket, no names, but the sign was red. I got it home and 7 of them were already mouldy.
Yeah.
And I'd pay $7 for the pack.
Yes,
Now, I probably should have checked it before I left,
You
but
probably
even still.
should have.
Yeah, but even still, you think here, ugly food is ugly food, but it still tastes okay.
Absolutely. I mean, you can. What we do is we rescued last year over 1 million kilos of food, and we could take that food and process it and convert it into almost 800,000 meals through our kitchens, our commercial kitchens, and our chefs. So the food that is ugly is still going to feed you. There's still potential. It needs a second life. So that's what we do.
Do you have a message to anyone in the community who might be thinking of volunteering? If you had a message to our listeners who might want to volunteer and give back to their community, what would that be?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't be scared to do it. You might find your new best friend, and you might find people that you already know doing it. So try and fit it into your week in that structure. It's a beautiful thing to do. So reach out to either us or any of the other volunteering organisations and something that you're interested or something that hits with you personally. So we found a lot of volunteers may have had someone that may have needed food relief in the past or have struggled with mental health issues or addiction issues or, housing crises, anything like that. We work with so many different people, and when it hits home with them, it's nice to connect it to the type of volunteering work that you do as well. It means a little bit more.
So, Lana, if people listening to this and A, would like to volunteer with your organisation, or B, are doing it tough and need the support of your organisation, do you have a website or somehow that they can get in touch?
Yep, so both things, either volunteering or needing to contact us, it's just feedme.org.au.
Okay, and the fact that is that a bigger organisation than just yours?
That is us. That is
so
all
just,
us.
So just you?
Yes.
Right, so Feed Me is not a national brand or anything like that?
No, not yet.
No. Oh, hello. That's an aspiration. Lana Purcell from Feed Me, Bellarine, Geelong, Surf Coast. Did I get them all?
That's correct.
Thank you for joining us on Two Blokes Chatting, and thanks for doing good stuff.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Lana.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Lana.